Your time and expertise are valuable, making focus one of the most important resources to have at work. These days, professionals spend nearly half the work week on written communication, and it can be difficult to stay on task with all the emails and documents you have to get through. With Grammarly as your AI writing partner, you can stay focused and quickly get through your work with relevant real-time suggestions wherever you write. It works across 500,000 apps and websites, so it can help with everything, from brainstorming presentation ideas to sounding more confident and persuasive in emails and reports. For 15 years, Grammarly has offered best-in-class communication support and enterprise-grade security on a business model that doesn't sell your data. 93% of professionals report that Grammarly helps them get more work done. Download Grammarly for free at grammarly.com/podcast. That's GRAMMARLY.com/podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Results Mastery Podcast. It's great to have you back. Thank you for your time in being here. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. My name is Steve Mills, and I've spent the last 29 years, can you believe that? It makes me feel very old, working with small businesses, helping them to make sometimes millions and millions of pounds of additional unforeseen income. Others, I help them go from startup to that elusive six figures, and I help six figures businesses turn it into 7 and 8 and so on and so forth. So I've been doing this a long time, and it recently occurred to me about the cost of things and how much you pay for something. And I wanted to demonstrate this because it's, I think, a really valuable podcast session that I'm doing here. And that is, when I ask people how much their TV cost, they normally say to me something like, well, it's a really good one and we paid, £2,000 for it. Or perhaps they paid £1,000, or they might say, well, we couldn't really afford very much, so we bought one for £500, or even things have been a bit tight, so our old TV broke, and we bought a second-hand one from a charity shop for 50 quid. No matter what they said within that range, the truth of the matter is that actually buying the TV is not the cost. The true cost of the TV is the hours that people spend watching the TV. That's the cost. If you think about it, if you're spending, I heard somewhere that the average amount of time people spend per day on watching TV is something like 3 hours. Now, if that's the average, I probably spend less than probably half an hour, and no doubt there are other people like me. So, there are some people probably spending 6-7 hours a day. They come home from work, switch the TV on, grab a bite to eat and a beer, and sit there till they go to bed. Is that really a good thing? Does anybody really think that? For me, it's all about, the time that I take and what I'm doing and how well I'm using the time that I take. So my advice to you is think very carefully about your time wasters. Now, it's not just about TV, it's about other things as well. But TV is obviously a big one. Another one is sitting there playing on your phone, whether that's games or whatever it is you do on your phone or on your iPad or your laptop or whatever, when you could or should be learning new things. Whilst I'm, here, I suppose, giving TV a bad name, I tend to watch, whenever I watch TV, most of what I watch would be probably I'll either watch a movie on Netflix, which I do occasionally, probably once every couple of weeks, something like that. On a Friday night, I'll sit and watch a movie that I'm interested in watching. But for the most of the time, when I have lunch, for example, I work from home, so I'll go into my house, I'll make myself a sandwich or some beans on toast or something like that, and I'll turn the TV on. And, it just blows me away, the mind-numbing TV that is produced these days. I just, anyway, don't get me started on that, how bad TV is, particularly daytime TV. It's just horrendous. But anyway, what I tend to do is I'll go and watch YouTube. And sometimes it's something that interests me. It might be something about football or table tennis or, cars or something that's of interest. But most of the time it will be business stuff. You could say, well, get a life, Steve. No, I really enjoy it. Going and listening to one of the world's leading experts in sales, marketing, business growth. A, I enjoy it. B, it does me good. And C, I can teach other people about this, which is really what really motivates me about doing what I do. It's helping others. How can I learn something from a world leading expert and then pass that on to other people? That's what I've been doing now for 29 years. A very good friend of mine said to me, have you ever had an original marketing idea yourself, Steve? And I said, no, never. I don't think I ever have. It's always come from other people that I've learnt stuff from, and then I pass it on to other people, which is, in truth, probably what everybody does. You take a Tony Robbins, and you think Tony's like, the world's leading expert in business and personal growth. And when you then go and listen to Jim Rohn, who was Tony's teacher back in the day when he was a younger man, and you hear Tony telling and saying things now that Jim Rohn said in the 1960s, or probably a little bit after that. Actually, Tony's not that old, but perhaps the late 1970s, 1980s, that sort of thing. That's where Tony learned, the basics of what he does. And since then, no doubt, he spends a lot of time listening to and learning from other people, even though he's arguably the world's number one consultant, stroke advisor, stroke trainer. So we all need to raise our game. One of the things Tony says, actually, is that the secret of success is really simple. It comes down to one thing: raise your game. Raise your game. You got to become better or do more of what you're already doing. I say this all the time to my clients. Make more calls, do more posts on LinkedIn, send out more emails, do more stuff, and at the same time, work on how you can improve what you're doing. How can you improve the inquiry rate? If you send out an email or post something on LinkedIn, how many inquiries do you get as a result? How many inquiries did you get this month from LinkedIn? Whatever that figure is, we need to make sure that next month that's improved by 25%, and the month after by 25%, and the month after. All of a sudden, LinkedIn becomes not a pain in the arse that you got to post every day, but a profitable stream of ongoing income for you, makes a massive difference to your business. I run just a small business, and we make over £100,000 per year from LinkedIn. Now, I'm working towards trying to get that up to £100,000 per month on LinkedIn. That would be great. I'd be very happy with that level of income from one particular marketing stream. But anyway, going to keep this one fairly short. Got to go out in a minute. I've got a meeting, so I'm going to bring it to a close. Thank you for listening. I hope it's given you food for thought. I hope it'll make you reduce, not get rid of the TV and not ever watch it. We all like a little bit of TV, but think about how much time are you spending. Let me put it this way: how much time are you spending on marketing compared with watching the TV? And if you took a little bit of that time, perhaps half of it, and spent it working on your business instead of watching a load of rubbish on TV, then that might be a step in the right direction. So thank you ever so much for listening. If you want to know more from me, go to steve-mills.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, sign up to me on YouTube, or go and take a look at my other website, which is called results-mastery.com. Thanks for listening.
Behind those cozy nights at home, thousands of employees at BP go to work every day. People producing more U.S. natural gas, people building grid-scale solar capacity, people turning landfill waste gas into pipeline-quality renewable natural gas, and people delivering all of that power where it's needed. They're part of the more than 300,000 jobs BP supports across the country. Learn more at bp.com/investing in America.
Hi, I'm Devin Whitmire. People from South Carolina, like myself, are proud of their state, but even we don't know every nook and cranny or every piece of culture or history. To explore places that are off the beaten path, you have to talk to the people there, because their stories, their ideas, make everything come together. From Discover South Carolina, it's the Palmetto Porch. To learn more, visit scpalmettoporch.com.